Hello and welcome to Shavarath for our level 15 episode of Purple Does Potions in what promises to be a tough test of our AoE capabilities as well as mana management. I just took level 15, added, as discussed in the previous episode, the conjuration focus in the top tier of the tree. We're still missing the Inferno and, more importantly, the two caster levels with yellow and red spells, but we'll see what we can do without those for now. As soon as points allow, I'm going to put those two back on. I've rejigged the gear a little bit for level 15, so we've got a new trinket there. Spell sight, yes. Spell pen is actually useful to us on this build in a limited capacity, because the frog, I notice, has a spell resistance check and we've been using that reasonably often. And insightful corrosion, very nice as we shift our focus more and more towards acid. Mysterious cloak, very nice for stacking healing amp. We've got 30 extra healing amp on there, plus 18 MRR, although we do have a 50 point cap, not that we've reached that. I'm not even sure we have a sheltering item anywhere on this gear. Defense would give us that, wouldn't it? Do we have any? I don't think we do, so that's less than ideal. Okay, that's the same for positive and negative spell power and crit. Upgraded the ring in this slot, give us a bit more con, false life. We've got a topaz, a feather falling in there. The diamond of wisdom is redundant because we're using intelligence for our will save. Gloves are just a placeholder. They were from the old 3-piece Ravenloft set and I've nothing better to put in there. As discussed, we have gone back to the Flightfoot Greaves for freedom of movement. I don't think that's giving us anything else, because possibly natural armor. Yeah, I think we've gone up. Yeah, we've gone up to 60 on the armor class between that and the shield bonus from the Aether Band, which is a part of the new 3-piece Shan esoteric set that we're wearing. These 3 items here. Just upgraded the Caustic Forum Post to the level 15 version. A bit more crit chance for acid and spell power. That's still the same, largely if not completely redundant, the Barovian's Scepter. Still got the Spinneret there. So these 3 pieces, as mentioned, the esoteric set from Shan. Magical efficiency might help us a little bit to conserve spell points. So spell pen and insightful spell pen there, so that should help the frog to bypass some opponent's spell resistance. Nice item there for a bit more crit chance and spell power. Oh, we do have physical sheltering on that there, so we're not completely without a PRR. Dusk lenses, so potency and insightful potency to all spell powers, which is pretty useful. And there's a little Reaper enchantment down there. So we've got fire and cold resistance on our gear now. We don't have acid and electric. So we can see that when we apply the elemental skin, we go up to a very decent 42 on both fire and cold. These two are a little bit lagging behind, but I could totally use the Fialan buffs to make that up. It just strikes me as a bit of a chore to go there every time and renew them. Having said that, that's ridiculous, isn't it? Because we can teleport there. Do we have 100% chance now? Yeah, of course we do. So absolutely no excuse for not teleporting there. Just picking up the buffs. Then I can show you the fully buffed up resistances as they should be. Who is it we go to? Is it this one? Or did we not? Ah, yeah, okay, give me everything. So, we're sitting at 42 on everything now. Happy days. So that's between the Fialan buffs and the elemental skin. Very nice. Does it tell us what it's giving there? No. Okay. Actually, I think that would be... We've got two... It's probably be 40 everything, and I think each Ranger Past Life gives also 2 elemental resistance. I think I'm right in saying. Okay, so let's get back to the Gatekeeper Grove. So, a couple of little notes I had to mention before the start of this one, during which time our Fialan buffs will tick down to nothing. Yeah, I've touched on it before, but with the frog it becomes more important still. If there's a nasty target lurking at the back and you're trying to pass through other targets with your vial to hit it, you're just not going to be able to do it. Same if you are trying to multi-vial a group of targets at the back and there's one in front. It's quite conceivable that the vial might get intercepted by the target in the front and explode on that instead of where you want it to go. And there's as far as I'm aware, there's no equivalent to the ranged character's precise shot, passing through targets to land on the one you want it to. So just be a bit aware of that. On the frog specifically, I am noticing that frogs can be selected by the auto-targeter, so be a little bit aware of that if you're making good use of the turn to frog. Once you've got a couple of frogs running around, they can also be selected instead of the opponents by the auto-target. Other news at 15, we just took our 2 level 15 Reaper cores, so a bit of extra intelligence and con. We're a little bit down on our conjuration DCs now because we had to remove the conjuration glasses in favour of these dusk lenses for the set, but the set is giving us 2 artifact bonus to spell DC, so it wasn't so much of a loss, I don't think. Plus, well, you could consider it 3 because it's also giving an artifact bonus on intelligence. Although I don't know what the previous Barovian set was giving. I'm sure that would have given some things in these areas too. Okay, big spell news for this level. We get access to level 6 spells. The one I've chosen to slot in is the excellent gold skin. Very thirsty on the spell points, but so hopefully we won't get hit too much and have to recast it all the time. I guess time will tell. But 30 adamantine. I've only seen it's like rare armors. Was it some kind of thunder forged armor that gave that, or still gives it? I mean, aside from that, those 15 DR boots have been my go-to for a long time. So to have 30 at level 15 strikes me as incredibly good. Another thing I noticed that I did pick up, we're not using it at the moment, but there's a spell called Elemental Combination that you can get at 6. Now, whilst I don't expect it to be very good damage dealing wise for us, that's something else I've noticed. We don't have any level 6 spell ingredients. Let's go to the portable hole and sort this mess out. This class, more than any other I've played, just absolutely blows through spell ingredients. So do keep an eye on these before you, I presume most of you will go with it into Draconic at some stage in Epic and then get the issue materials in the core in there. But before that, you've really got to keep an eye on all this stuff and keep yourselves topped up with materials, because otherwise it's a bit of a pain when they start running out mid-quest. Three. Four. If you just press Control and left mouse, it opens up this window and you can cycle through as many as you want to buy. Five. And the new bar of fool's gold. That would be my druid. Okay, let's make sure we don't accidentally sell those that we've just got. Add them to the bar, and we're good to go. Right, yes, the point I was just making about the elemental combination. So, on its own, it's not going to do much for us. Throw a single bottle that deals a random thing by the looks of it, of poison, fire, blah, blah, blah. But the point here is 3 effects chosen randomly each time. And I just thought to myself that could go very well with this, this one, Inferno of Creation in the tier 5 Bombard. Because when I first read that, I was thinking harmful spells will apply a stack of vulnerable to enemies that have been recently affected by at least 3 different elements of Burning Ambition. Now, for me to do 3 different elements at the moment, I've got to hit with the 3 little spell-like abilities, which we certainly won't be keeping, going into Epic, because I'm sure they will outlive their use. So I was thinking then, well, we're just going to be throwing acid, basically, and possibly some negative. So we're never going to be in a position to do that. And that's where this elemental combination comes in, because it seems to me it always does 3 elements. So if we want to stack some vulnerability on a boss, it seems like we literally just have to throw that and then follow up with whatever harmful stuff we want. And then we get to put some vulnerability on. I will watch the colour of the damage numbers with interest after doing that. If we can get some purple numbers, we know we're onto a good thing there. So hopefully that's something we can benefit from in the future against the epic bosses with their stacks of enormous hit points. I think that's about it for the waffle. Let's get ourselves back to where we should be. Actually, let's pick up some teleport scrolls while we are here. What level is teleport? Is it a 5? Yeah. Okay. Oh, they haven't been added to the stack, have they? Back to the grove. And finally to Shavarath. Did we not do White Plume this time around? Crikey. I'm seriously slacking there. I almost always do White Plume. No wonder we're a bit behind the game in terms of where I should be at this level. Right, I thought perhaps we could have a go at this one today. The Devil's Details. These, or to me at least, are noticeably tougher than the giant hold quests of the same level. Actually tougher than the giant hold quests of one level higher, in my opinion at least.
A deep pool of
So mustn't forget now we have both displacement and gold skin. In fact, I'll put the gold skin there as well in the buff line. So when it absorbs 450, it will fade out. Okay.
You found your way inside the fortress. Now to investigate Eritrakos' plan.
Oh, they saved against the frog straight away. I went in with the multivial against the Reaper. I think we're up against evasion opponents here because they were taking no damage at all. Let's try that again. Oh, that one did. Maybe there was some lag, I don't know. But the archers typically would have evasion here, wouldn't they? Let's just see what we've got here. We've got... we're still touching the 50 area. Even with the spell-like ability, so it's not too bad. I would be surprised if things saved consistently against that. And the frog is on a 47, so that's not bad either. As long as we remember to focus on enemies with low fortitude saves, we should be okay. I think I made a big mistake there switching out the... I lost all the wizardry that was on the... and lost a big chunk of mana for doing that, so I'm not going to do that again. Click for a bit more spell power. Yeah, you can see those little spell-like abilities are not really cutting it too well anymore, are they? We need the heavy-hitting stuff against these big orthons. Can we get you... Let's just try. He should have a stack of fort, but let's try the frog against him. Oh yes, nice. So these marksmen... So even a marksman is taking 4 little things to get them down. So at this point the frog becomes good value for money, I think. For mana even. Value for mana. That was the negative spell-like ability. Okay, so we're going to have frogs running around all over the place now. Going to have to watch the mana because that is a bit more mana intensive. Quite a bit more than what we were doing. There's these two here. Can we get them together? Nope. Power word stun, don't like that. See there, I auto-targeted the frog when what I really wanted was the guy back here. So you've just got to be a bit aware of that. Now then, can we get most of these frozen and then multivialed? Yeah, that was pretty good. Finish off with a caustic overload on the back and then finished with the inflict serious. Yeah, if I hadn't have made that mess with the swapping of the sticks and lost about 200 mana doing that, I think we would be in a reasonable place with the mana. As it is, it's a bit delicate already, isn't it? So we're going to have to watch it.
Leading up into the heart of the Devil's Fortress.
We're about halfway down on the gold skin. We're going to have a big chunk of people here as well coming. Let's go with the multivial here. No metas at all on multivial, just as it comes. Not even quicken. Frog. I think the frog could be the new bird. When in trouble, go for the frog. Okay, we've got all sorts of stuff here. Now what do? Do we try and call one of them to us, or... I'm just trying to get them to come to us. I'm not sure they will. We could multi-vial that lot up on the top there. Yeah, I think that worked pretty well. Not as well as I had hoped for, but not terrible. Multi-vial again. I think that was pretty rubbish. Stop stunning me, you beggars. Frog.
The gate leading up
can
into
just
the tower
die.
is sealed tight. You'll need
Okay.
to find a way to open it if you
Right.
wish to
So
follow
how are we looking?
trails.
We're looking bad on the mana side, aren't we? So let's go up here first. I know there's a shrine at the end of all this. See if we can make it to the shrine without running on fumes. Actually, the biggest waste of mana is me not targeting properly as there. I could have probably got the whole group if I'd have done it properly and didn't. So then it required another spell. This could be one for Brian, the nuts and bolts of mana management. And something else to note, these Black Abishai are completely immune as far as I know. Well, a lot of them have all sorts of immunities like there, look. But once we hit them with an acid, because we have the tier 5 enhancement in our bombard tree, so the first of the multi-vial makes them vulnerable and the rest of it slaughters them. So that's pretty good. Nice to see the gold skin is lasting a nice long time. Let's just beckon these down here if we can and give a try to the old flash freeze and multi-vial. Yes, now that could be the shape of things to come. Flash freeze does cause helpless. The only downside is we've got to be in the middle of all the opponents, but I like what I saw there. Multi-vial. Good, but not quite good enough. I had to do some mopping up here. God, we're looking cumbersome, aren't we, with the little single target things now. Right, we'll try it again. If it worked once, it's got to work twice, right? Not quite. You don't get any prize if you don't wipe it out immediately. But that's the thing I particularly remember. That was the sort of iconic moment for the Alchemist in my past lives with it on my main character. Flash freeze and then energy burst and everything just shatters and it's so satisfying. So to see that beginning to work for us. What's the DC on that? 45. Oh, I forgot to mention the feat that we took at 15. So we've already got Conjuration and Greater Conjuration spell focus. So I thought we'd go for Transmutation this time around to help the crowd control, the flash freezy side of it. And if any of you are considering doing an Alchemist for your main character, 3 Alchemist lives would be nice to start with because they give you +1 transmutation for each life. Okay, so that went pretty well. All told, the gold skin lasted until the shrine, so that's not going to cost us too much mana and is a really nice barrier of defense. I mean, those DR15 boots were good enough, so doubling that is just like Christmas. Kind of is Christmas. Oh, what happened there? That was a disaster. That was a multi-vial that was poorly targeted and did almost nothing. To put the proper time, this is being recorded just after Christmas. I thought I'd delay starting to post the new series until after you'd all had your Christmas time and what have you. Seemed appropriate. Okay. Hope everybody had a nice Christmas. We did ours a little bit earlier this year as a family, so I've been just me and the dog. It's been nice, peaceful time. I'm sure you really wanted to know that, didn't you? Oh, wrong key. Multi-vial, please. Thank you. Nice. Although it's much more expensive, I actually prefer the flash freeze to the greater colour spray. The only downside to the flash freeze, aside from the mana cost, is the fact it won't hold a Reaper. So you do need something still for the Reapers. Okay, let's go with the flash. I think it got everything. I don't know if it was the lag that ate my follow-up multi-vial or what happened there. Let's do the flash again. I completely mistargeted the... Oh my god! I don't know what happened there either. I mistargeted the multi-vial, sent it out here somewhere, and all this stuff died. I'm not quite sure what happened, but I'll take it. Not complaining. Now, does that door open? I think it may do. I'm a bit suspicious.
A deep rumbling sound reverberates from the courtyard. The gate to the tower is now open.
Let's get out of here. I'm still being as stingy as possible with the mana, so nothing is quickened that's not a spell-like ability. So I'm looking, especially with the flash freeze, a bit clunkier than really should be the case. But I'm looking forward to the time in Epic where that will no longer be the case. Troll's nice and vulnerable to the acid we throw. I really missed a trick there. I could have got all these together and failed miserably. Frog's just very nice for sort of stragglers, shall we say. Okay, now let's not make the same mistake we made last time. Just boom them from distance and get most of them that way. And we have another group over there which we could try and do the same to, could we? Happy days. Nice. I could be wrong, but I don't think we've had to do one heal so far, have we? Which is a testament to the strength of our defensive wall with the gold skin.
Eretraco stands before an open portal below. Eberron is our next battlefield, says the Pitfield. When I return, all of Shavarath will belong to the devils. Hathara,
actually, we're not that keen on single targets, aside from the frog.
Some trespassers. The pit
we
fiend
don't
steps
deal
into
with
the
them too
portal
well,
and
do we?
vanishes. The arena ease gives
We
a power
prefer
fury
like a
and
big
flies at
group
you,
of things.
sword in hand.
Let's just try and make a nice big pile here. Get the most from our multi-vial. Don't think we did there, did we? Not good. Okay, she's back. Let's get the Reaper boost going. Oh, Goldskin's gone. Oh no, I just recast Goldskin. I pressed the wrong key, 8 instead of 9. Okay.
Protect the fortress, cries Hathor, and
Let's
Abishai
pick that
respond
up
to her
if we
call.
can. Give ourselves a little heal. Come on everybody, let's have you in the middle. Let's go with the old flash. I like that. We also had the added benefit of giving someone the boss there, who is almost dead, thankfully. Death by multi-vial.
You've won the battle, but the Arenes delayed you while the Devil Leader escaped to the Prime Material Plane.
Can we flash these?
And his followers now threaten everyone.
Yes. Who's doing that? Frog. Yay. Right, well, let's do that again. Making these frogs up in the sky, watching them fall down. Yay! It's a new game, people. Let's see if we got anything this time. Oh, we do, a Rift Maker. Now, the next time around, we have a Barbarian Life. I don't know how good that thing is as a possible weapon for a barb, but I'm definitely going to hang on to that. I think we may have the epic version of that too. I don't know. One of the Bear Party currently is doing a barbarian build, and it seems to be that he uses the axe for the big spiky damage against bosses, but against regular stuff he uses a falchion for more crits. So I don't know enough about playing the barbarian, or probably not melee in general, to know what would be the optimal strategy then. But anyway, on the Alchemist front, I'd say we're doing pretty well here. Even with the me being a bit clunky and pressing wrong keys and all that, we cleaned up more than handily there, hardly even had to heal. So we look to be in a really strong place. That Goldskin added defense. We're just rocking and rolling now, aren't we? The flash freeze, I had used that quite sparingly up to this quest, but I'm definitely liking what I'm seeing from that. I'd used it sparingly because of the colour spray was so cheap, and we were sort of penny pinching with the mana, but I'm totally looking forward to making the most of that. That we do get another one, Flesh to Gold Mass, but I found that I prefer this one overall. It's cheaper, and it affects more targets. That I found when I was experimenting in the past, there are quite a bit more things immune to the Flesh to Gold than are to the Flash Freeze, and this is on a short enough cooldown that you really don't need the two of them on the bar, at least not for my taste. So Flash Freeze is going to be our go-to going forward, I think. I can't wait to go with the Flash Freeze and the Energy Burst and relive some of the glories of the past, hopefully. Get it all on quickened and just jump into the middle of a pile, freeze everything and just blow it all away. I say again, nothing more satisfying in game than doing that. Right, I think that's it for this episode. Thank you very much as always for looking, and I will speak to you in the next one. Take care.